So, today was the last day marching band. Played our last show. Uniforms all turned in. It's all done. And I regret not joining sooner. Before I go into exactly why I love the marching band so much, I'll just give some background into myself a little bit. So, I've been a pianist for about 4 years, and I played the violin for 4 years. I dropped it in middle school, but it gave me a lot of musical experience, so that helps me going into band. But it was pretty hard to convince me to join the marching band. It took a lot of encouragement from my friends. It took years. I think they've been asking me since middle school, but it took until my junior and senior years to actually commit to the marching band, and I'll tell you why. So, I always saw it as kind of geeky, dorky, whatever, kind of a sissy kind of thing. I think a lot of people see the band that way, but I think I was wrong about that. So, I was offered a spot on the front ensemble to play the piano at the competitions, but I didn't really want to, so I turned my friend down and said, no, I'm not going to do it. And this happened for a few months. I just kept saying no, no, no. Eventually, the day came where I said yes. We were going home from a party at a friend's house, and I was talking to my friend Max, who's a section leader. He was telling me about band, telling me about some of the responsibilities he has, and I was pretty interested. I don't know, he made it sound kind of interesting, like I was part of something important. So I asked for some details, asked him like what were some responsibilities, what time commitments there are, and it didn't seem impossible. It seemed like I could have a good time with my friends and play some music. Now, I didn't know how difficult it would be also, but at the time, I don't know, I was just suddenly convinced that it was the right thing to do, so I went with my other friend, Dylan, who's a section leader, and got the forms, the paperwork, and signed up as soon as I could. I don't regret that at all, by the way. So, my first impressions actually playing with the band. It was the last month of my junior year of high school, and well, let's just say it didn't go well at all. I was pretty disappointed. I butchered just about every single part that I played, and it was the most miserable experience ever. Well, let's just say, first thing I learned from band is that your mistakes will make you stronger. And that was the first example of that, for sure, that I learned that, because, I went home and I played my parts like a madman. I played for hours and hours and hours until I just got them right, and, it was the most rewarding thing, and it builds so much confidence being able to overcome those difficulties, and you can apply that concept to other things in life more abstractly, like maybe, I don't know, you aren't doing well in school, or you're having problems with your friends. Well, if you just work those things out, you'll feel a lot better in the end. The second major thing I learned from band is that you'll learn how to work as a team. Now, I'm a pretty independent person, and I'm kind of a contrarian. If someone says something, I like to argue and kind of dig at their points, see if they're right, see if they're wrong. But you can't really be independent in band. So, being in the front ensemble, being in the pit, I had to learn how to work together, how to have teamwork skills, and I'm a kind of an introvert, kind of an independent person, so it was difficult. But once you get to know people, once you work with them long enough, work hard at it, you really do have success in the band. The third thing I learned is that band is a great way to solidify just amazing friendships and relationships with people that you never would have met otherwise. You spend hours together playing music, learning music, but you also have time talking to each other, learning what everyone's like. You have parties before football games, and you get to see everyone's personality shine, and it's really amazing. I think the people are the greatest aspect of marching band, being able to develop those relationships and just fall in love with people. Not romantically, but you really do get to have a deep attachment to your friends. You see them all the time, play music with them. It's amazing. The biggest thing I learned from band is that it teaches you to dream bigger than yourself. Picture yourself going in the field, thousands of eyes, all watching your band, playing music. Sometimes you don't play right, but you're playing, and the crowd just starts cheering. That is the most energizing, addicting feeling in the world. I have a habit of kind of minimizing myself and my abilities and not really expecting much of myself. But with marching band, just seeing those crowds, seeing those people who just want to hear your music and love your music and love you, man, that really makes you feel good. Really makes you want to pursue greater things. Like, you're not restricted to the marching band. You're not restricted to one instrument. You're not restricted to one style of music. Once you begin to feel what it's like to be out there, the people watching, you just think of all the things you could do if you're playing your own music, if you were playing with your own group, if you were touring, playing your own album. Marching band has really been helpful to really encourage me personally to work harder, to kind of think more abstractly about music, and to kind of hope for better things. Band has its lows, but its highs are worth it. When I think of band, I don't think of sweating in the summer, freezing at states, getting yelled at when the electronics aren't working and I can't do anything about it. No. I think of my friends. I think of my ukulele, bass, and guitar players in our own band. I think of playing music for people, and those people looking back and smiling, clapping, cheering. I think of competing in competitions and getting superior ratings after months and months of work finally paying off. I think of the jokes and laughs and smiles of lunches and dinners together with bandmates. There's nothing like it. There really is. My deepest regret for the rest of my life will not be joining band sooner. There's probably nothing more amazing that I've been a part of than the marching band, and I'll just leave it at that.